So, 2 weeks ago I made the why you should play the Saiga 9. And of course, one complaint was, dude, I don't want to be clicking all day. But don't worry, all you need is the Saiga 9, 10,000 rubles and a moonstone. And look at that, your Saiga 9 is evolving. It's now a fully fledged SMG 19. A truly amazing weapon that I'm still using at the end of a wipe to kick some heavy chat's butts. The SMG is cheap, it's versatile, it's deadly, it's everything you want to have in a gun. So if you haven't played it yet, then I'm gonna tell you why you should. In today's episode of why you should play the SMG 19. First off, we start with the modability as always, and this gun really has it. You can make so many builds with this gun, but of course some are more viable than others, as always. I'm gonna make some videos how to mod the SMG myself. They're gonna be linked in this video here or on the channel. Another cool thing about modding this weapon is that the base stats are really good. This allows for a more versatile build depending on what you prefer. The parts are also very affordable, which brings us to the next point, affordability. And this is where, in my opinion, the weapon really shines. It's insanely cheap. You can get it for 20,000 at Prapor, or trade it for T-shaped plugs, or get a fully modded version for a roller, but that's only worth if the roller isn't fun in raid anymore. But the trades are changing so fast lately that I don't wanna relate on trades. And even with mods, you can create a silent build of this gun with a scope for 40,000 rubles. So imagine you have Bitcoin currently selling for 700,000. That are 18 modded SMG 19s. So even if your survival rate is horrible, you won't run out of guns in the near future. And with the low recoil and fire rate this gun has, you don't need the most expensive ammo, which brings us to the next point, ammunition. So again, we have the 9mm. Now the PST is probably the best budget ammunition, and if you hit the head, it's still a one-shot, unless he has a face cover, of course. Now the most penetration we get with the 7N31. But there is one little problem with that thing. While it will penetrate level 4 armor pretty much right away, it will struggle with level 5 or 6 armor, and most chats in mid and late wipe will only wear level 5 and 6 armor. And there, the low recoil, high ergonomics this gun has allow for easy headshots. And in most situations this is very effective. Unless of course they have a Altin helmet. Then it's back to lag meta, I guess. Just like with the Saiga 9, you can of course split the ammunition. So put the cheap one first, put the penetration bullets last, so that the pen bullets leave the barrel first to shred the armor, and then kill the target with the cheaper ammunition. But for most people, if you do a budget run, the PST will do just fine. Just remember, spray and pray. But okay, let's talk about the important stuff. How well does it perform at close range? And to put it simply, it's amazing. High ergonomics, low recoil, and it's rather small, which makes it perfect for indoor usage. I really love this gun, and basically, if it had a Twitch channel, I would be simping for it. That's how much I like this gun. And it doesn't take that much to use it. Just make a couple of offline raids to get used to the recoil, practice the hip fire, and there you go. For 20,000 you have an absolute beast. And I think apart from the ammunition, there are only two weaknesses this gun has. Well, first off, it doesn't have a drum mag. And for SMGs, a drum mag makes it just that much better. And secondly, the RPM is only 700. I mean, it's not too bad that it's that low, but it's just something you have to keep in mind. Especially when you play against guys with meta M4s. Because the M4 hits a bit harder and it has a higher RPM. So you have to make your shots count and hoping that the servers aren't completely working against you. And with sniping, well, the gun has the same problems every 9mm gun has. The bullets travel rather slow, though it's not ideal for huge snipes, but I think it's enough that you can make a kinda hybrid gun that covers every area pretty good. For example, if you play Shoreline, Because if you use, for example, the PSO scope and the laser pointer, you again can make a very cheap gun that works on pretty much every range. Of course, you're not gonna win a sniping fight against somebody with a real sniper, but you're also not completely defenseless. So, while it's not the best gun for sniping, you can definitely fight back against pretty much every range, and that while using a ridiculously cheap budget setup. And again, that's where this gun really shines in my opinion. So in conclusion, I think it's a really strong gun that can be used for most situations. It's very cheap, makes it ideal for little rats or stash runs or whatever you need it for. And I think in terms of cost efficiency, it's one of the best guns in the game. Of course the M4 is gonna outdamage the SMG-19, but if you want similar stats, you also pay a bit more. So basically, if you haven't played the SMG-19 yet, give it a try. And if you don't like it, you can still complain about the M4 being better in the comments. Alright. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching as always. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button, tell me in the comment section how it went, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye!